Hello people, my name is Rage. Welcome back to some Hearthstone Triple Legend Attempt to Ridge. And while that's not a world, it's not a world. It's not a word, but yeah, it's also not a world. I have messed this up. A series where we're going to be playing some more serious games with some various decks and see if we can't crack down hard on the competitive ladder. Now, I've kind of come a little bit disillusioned as of late with the ladder in that I hate all of the best decks, and not for the way you might imagine. So before I get into that, what I'm going to be playing today is Fire the Missiles, a very low-cost, fast mage deck all about Mr. Flame Waker and very low-cost spells. Hell, even Arcane Explosion. So it's a lot of fun to play and can be ridiculously strong. And that, in essence, is where I'm going with this. I really don't enjoy playing Zoo, Face Hunter, or Patron Warrior. I just dislike all of them as much as I enjoy everyone. Get in here! I don't enjoy actually playing it. I enjoy playing against both Zoo and Patron Warrior. Nobody likes any form of Face Hunter, but I don't like being them. And as they are the three best decks to effectively climb, it's kind of a little bit upsetting. So I've been playing around, looking at a few decks, and this one has really tickled my fancy. It's got a lot of kind of neat synergies and potential. So against Neosculpt, then, today is going to be our opponent. I would love to draw Mana Worm. Mana Worm Coin Mirror Image is a brutal stat, though not so much against a mage who can just frostbolt your poor Mana Worm away. Alright, well, we're going to start off with a Snow Sugar. Normally I don't do this, but I want the mage to feel pressured, because the most common mage at the moment is either a more mid-rangey tempo-based, or a variant on a freeze mage. There's a few freeze dragon mages, which is kind of neat, though not terribly effective, and there's a few straight-up classic freeze mages emerging, and I need to apply constant pressure. I can't have them setting up draw. It does look like we are facing another variant of a Flame Walker Mage, so it's very handy I drew that Frostbolt there, leaving a Flame Waker, a Waker, not Walker. It just looks at it, and the thing is, Blizzard knew that. In the description of this card, it goes on about, why does everyone think he's a Walker? So, I am very happy about that. However, leaving him alive for a turn basically loses you the game. I burst down a warrior, a control warrior, from about 20 health with Flame Walker on my field. Waker, damn it, you're just going to have to forgive that for the majority of this. And a load of cheap spells like Arcane Missiles. It was very, very satisfying. So let's get quite a cheap draw going on here. And actually, double Clockwork Gnome is very, very nice. I'm not going to waste Arcane Missiles at the moment, so I'm simply going to do that and get both of these down. Now, these are in the deck not for any mech synergy, but because they are good, cheap, early minions that give me a 1-mana spell, and that's very important. You want a lot of cheap spellage to really power your Flame Waker. So here we go. We're going to be getting him going down there. We get emergency coolant. That's pretty damn good. We're going to be killing him with the other one as well. And now we can do quite a good little combo. Because we play this first, all of these spells now become free, so we can get a lot of good value. And we're not up to a Flame Strike turn yet, so we don't have to worry about any shenanigans like that. So first things first, we're going to be summoning mirror images, getting him to do this. Then we're going to be stealthing our apprentice so he can't get spot targeted. And the reason we're stealthing our apprentice instead of the obvious Flame Waker is that as soon as he gets stealthed, he triggers, does damage, and then unstealths, which kind of defeats the purpose. Now the real question is then, do I waste emergency coolant to kill this with his proc? I don't, honestly. It's not going to do much to me. Mages don't really capitalize on having a minion left alive on the field, so I don't really need to worry about it. So I'm just going to leave it chilling there, and as you can see, it's absolutely fine. So we do draw Mana Worm, which is potentially very, very useful. though he does have some spell power going on, which is potentially a big problem. The temptation to fireball this away is strong, but if he actually has a good flame strike turn and I lose all of this, I'm gonna be in dire straits. So the question is, do I attempt to just freeze it and leave it on the field? It's just very dangerous to leave spell power on the field, especially, of course, for a mage. So for now, I'm just going to hedge my bets a little bit. Good old hedging of the bets. I love that expression. Yeah, I'm just going to go stack a load of money in a hedge over there and make sure it's okay. So this exactly is why I held back on the Mana Worm, because it was just going to be bonus collateral for the Flame Strike that I knew was on its way. So honestly, we got a fairly good amount of value from everything there, and we do get to drop a Water Elemental, a very, very strong 4-mana minion, and as good of a board as we could want against any potential follow-up turn. We are going to get waked ourselves, and unless there's a Fireball, and indeed there is, it wasn't going to be that much of a problem. So we're going to take 2 damage, which is kind of a shame. I am very tempted to put a Flame Strike in this deck. It's just always been that, I don't know, I'm not really that desperate for board clear. I never find myself really needing it, simply because I tend to clear everything quite well as it happens. I am going to freeze the Apprentice. It's just whether I want to mirror image or just ping it for next turn. And I think I'm going to ping it for next turn. I can always play Jeeves and mirror image. I just don't want him to get any more collateral than he would need. I can just leave it frozen, power this up, and just hope that I get a good turn off. That is quite upsetting. He's deliberately killing a Boombot to try and kill that, and really awkwardly messes up there. Ooh, Arcane Explosion. So what I could do here is play Mirror Image. This may go horrifically wrong. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can do everything. The question is, do I want to risk it? Because I have the potential here to do this, ping him down to 6, Arcane Explosion down to 5, and hope beyond hope that this Boombot doesn't kill my Mana Worm. And I am going to do it, though it is very, very risky. Hopefully he stays glowing green. And he survives. Fantastic. So we can put him into there, ping that, drop Jeeves, draw 3 more cards, and really start our massive amounts of aggression again. We've got Frostbolts, we've got Ice Lances, we've obviously got Arcane Missiles, we've got another Flame Walker, so this is a very good situation for us. We dealt with Dr. Boom actually completely harmlessly, so this went really well for us. And Mad Scientist, we definitely don't want to be killing this, and now that we've got Jeeves on the field, we want to be burning as many cards as physically possible. Granted, we're going to be giving him them, but nowhere near as much as we're going to be dealing with, so I'm kind of okay with that. And yeah, we're just going to start doing ourselves a little bit of extra damage using our Waker to power the burn through. May as well Arcane Missiles, I mean it might help to clear the field, and indeed it looks like he's going to boom boom there. See, the thing is, the reason I'm okay with accidentally killing that Mad Scientist is because, generally speaking, the deck that I'm facing does not run Ice Block, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And all we need to do is draw a little bit more burn, and we've basically got this. I mean, all these spells by themselves, if this Waker survives a turn, if he doesn't have his second Fireball, we're going to be getting a lot of value. The Mana Worm's a little bit scary, and Lotheb into the second Fireball, it does look like it might be, and indeed it is. Now, annoyingly, we can't use these spells because of Lotheb, but it's still not really that much of a big deal. We're very close to being able to kill him, and Arcane Missiles there is very, very tempting. I mean, I have to spend at least 2 of my cards so I can get some final Jeeves value. So I'm going to drop Arcane Missiles here, and yeah, Mirror Entity as I expected, but again, that's okay. I'm just literally waiting for the right amount of burn to finish him. That was actually second best result there. I get to get rid of the Mana Worm without it ending up being too much of a problem, but you see how this deck works. I've got nothing in here that really costs that much mana at all, yet I'm able to keep in there against much tougher, powerfuler minions while applying a lot of incidental pressure to my opponent, so it's really quite a neat thing. And he's simply going to ignore it and leave it frozen, which is the smart thing to do. So here's hoping then, right, that we get a charge out of Unstable Portal. How funny would that be? Azure Drake, what have you got for me? Mana Worm, not a big deal. Ooh, it's very upsetting that I can't use this Ice Lance. It really, really is. Alright, Unstable Portal, what do you got? Ah, Timberwolf, that is absolutely terrible right now. So obviously, we are just going to ping face 5, 9, 11, 13. I mean, we technically survive. We do technically survive. And we only have 2 cards left in our deck, one of which is another Unstable Portal. Fortunately, this Mage made us use both our Fireballs on removal, which is a big deal. If he deliberately kills that there, that means he can't win, so he's forced into clearing my board. That will be the other mirror entity. This deck does run 2 of them, so basically I have another chance to bring this home. Ragnaros is a pain, but at least I have a Polymorph for him, so I got that going. Have I used my other Frostbolt? That's the question. There's my other Unstable Portal. Here we go, and that kind of sucks. It really, really does. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 from the ping. That is very much a shame there. Alright, so I'm obviously going to get rid of him. I wonder then what this final card is that I have, and then we're going to... Oh, no! Oh, Mirror Entity. Okay, Mirror Entity. We still survive. We still survive. 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. We've got 2 health remaining, though I very much doubt he doesn't have Burn. This last card, I believe, is a Frostbolt, which is just absolutely brutal. Oh man, I'm gonna go look at my deck list because I genuinely want to know what this final card was, because that was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, you can see what the deck's like. It's very, very good fun to play, and even losing, I don't really mind because I really enjoyed that back and forth. I played 2 Arcane Missiles, I played 2 Ice Lances, I played 2 Mirror Images, both Mana Worms, Flame Cannon. It was a Flame Cannon, so it wouldn't have saved me. That is... At least I'm kind of happy I know that. That's how close that game was. Against, honestly, a deck that should beat this one. So we'll get into another game and see if we can't do a little bit better. But yeah, I think the essence of Hearthstone is not so much stars and ranks and grinding, and while getting to Legend is cool, especially for the card back, I feel like once you've done it once, you've done it, and you don't need to care. You can just play the game for, this is going to be shocking, but fun. And a deck like this really does do that for me. So drawing Flameworker early with Arcane Missiles is an absolute treat, especially a Clockwork Gnome to give me an extra spell. So I'm very, very cool with this opening hand. I apologize for that jump cut, ladies and gentlemen. The EU servers recently have been, let's just say, Unstable Portal, and like Unstable Portal, we at least get 2 free packs because it costs 2 mana. I'll admit I don't know where I was going with that, but basically, due to really unstable EU servers, I may have disconnected a few minutes in to the game after the one that you just saw, and ended up losing a star for my trouble, so that was really quite fantastic. Arcane Explosion is pretty damn good to get against a Face Hunter, it really, really is. And the other 2 I'm going to keep just because I will need cards. I mean, if his turn 1 is 1-drop coin, 1-drop, we're going to have ourselves a pretty good time. The bane here is if we end up having to deal with secrets. In fact, coin 1-drop, you know, when I have the coin, that's really good. I totally know what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize this, but I am a professional. And yeah, it is kind of a shame EU is being so wonky recently. It means doing Arena is frustrating because you're like, alright, I'm 11-2. I got that. Disconnected. You've lost your Arena. Oh, thanks. That's really good. I'm really happy about that. That's really, really nice. Great. I mean, granted, we did all get 2 free packs, but, you know, I'd rather have my goddamn stars back. Yeah, we're gonna spend the Arcane Explosion here. The reason we're doing this is because keeping this alive is very important, and for him to remove it, he's going to have to burn something that would otherwise be used on our face. And the thing is, we don't actually know he's playing Face Hunter yet. He could very, very well be playing the more mid-rangey variant that's being seen around, which seems almost shocking. honestly. It does, but it is existing. So we're going to use this turn as an opportunity to get ourselves some extra fuel. Double Ice Lance is great, if only just to consistently Ice Lance him every turn so he can't use the rest of that weapon. It's a very powerful thing. It's like he's wasted half the card. Angry Chicken, a quality grab there off his web spanner. Web spanner! Oh, what a spanner. Alright, so this undoubtedly is either going to be a... well, it might be a snipe, actually. There have been a few snipes that I've seen recently, but it isn't, so that is okay. So let's unstable portal here, see what we end up grabbing. And Imp Master's not bad. Definitely not bad. And then we are, in fact, going to Ice Lance his face. And the reason we're doing that is because it keeps Mana Worm alive. Otherwise, it would have got hit by the Eagle Horn Bow. And then irrelevant of what that trap is, we can at least get some value. If he puts this 1-1 into my Mana Worm, then I know it's Explosive Trap. So I basically force him with this Ice Lance here to give me more information than I otherwise would have got. Alright, so I have a feeling then that it is Freezing Trap based on him doing that. Which means I could put this back into my hand, but I don't want to pay for a 5-mana Imp Master. Alright, him killing that definitely does lead me to believe that. So I guess, honestly, we have a pretty sensible turn. We get this bounced back to our hand, whatever, I'm not like upset about that at all, and we get to just drop ourselves Water Elemental, which is difficult for a hunter to remove. And if this Water Elemental can start hitting face, having him frozen every single turn is ridiculously awesome value. So this is good, very, very good. We could do with our Polymorph, I was just about to say. So that is one hell of a top deck. Alright, esports right there. No, but it is wonderful when you draw exactly what you need. Alright, so the second secret goes down. I mean, it's gotta be Freezing Trap. If it's not Freezing Trap, I will be astounded, simply because it makes no sense not to play Freezing Trap here. So I am simply going to play my Imp Master once again and ping his face. I do feel bad for Imp Master because it's like, alright, I got summoned, this is good, to battle, oh god, ice everywhere, bounce back to my hand, and then, okay, I'm back on the field, summoning imps, doing what I do best, and then next turn, she's about to immediately get, oh no, she's actually going to get ravaged by a wild boar. That's probably a word, in fact, no, got threatened by a wild boar, and then ravaged by the mouth of some unknown beastie. That is quite brutal. I do feel a little bit bad for them. I really, really do. So then, the question is, what is that secret? We're going to have to find out sooner or later, but for now we're going to find out later. Snow Sugar is good, but not really what we need. Clockwork Gnome is better, because it lets us check for any snipe shenanigans. So do I Flame Cannon, or do I deliberately just Frostbolt face? There is a very big advantage to doing both. The Frostbolt, of course, lets me keep it to prevent more weapon damage, and as he's going to have a fair amount of weapon damage coming up, it seems like a very worthwhile thing. So what I'm going to do is put the Snow Sugar down, which hopefully should survive the turn, and then I'm going to Frostbolt the... I don't know, there's quite a few decisions to be made here. I'm going to have to get rid of the pig. I can't risk this missing because it would ruin me. It really, really would. So we're going to do that, and we're just going to chill for now. We're going to chill for now so we can chill later. Granted, we are in a position where we're going to take at least 6 damage this turn, which puts us on 8, which is dangerously close to a horrific death against a hunter. This is annoying, especially if Unleash the Hounds follows. It doesn't look like it is. Perhaps an Ironbeak Owl. Yep, there we go. So it doesn't really matter what happens with this. I mean, we basically just need one of these freezing minions to survive. And it looks like that's going to be the case. So this is wonderful. He wants to hold on to this bow, because obviously he wants the extra charge from the secret, which is actually really the wrong play in this situation. And no, he's actually going to finally use it. That is good. That is definitely sensible, because otherwise he's going to find himself never able to use it anyway because of the freeze. And Arcane Missiles is actually not bad here. So let's see what this does. Now the thing is, he is down to a very, very low amount of cards, which is definitely to our advantage here. So we can get rid of that. We're going to get our Water Elemental bounce back now that we have the opportunity to do so. And we are going to Fireball his face for 6 damage. We're basically going to make him scared here. We want him to be running to the hills. He's got his hero power and he's effectively top decking. So this is going to very much come down to a heart of the cards type situation. So I'm kind of excited about this. I really, really am. We'll whack down our Mana Worm. We'll whack down our Water Elemental. And I'm going to freeze the 4 damage Kezan Mystic because I just don't want to deal with it. And basically we're going to go for lethal next turn. We'll have 6 damage from the minions on the board and 1 from the ping. That makes 13. And obviously the 6 from the fireball. So it's whether he's going to try and kill me here. Oh, the Sludge Belcher. God, did he need that? He was literally dead. Oh man, that is unfortunate. That is a very, very good top deck for him, and I get an absolutely terrible one. So that's really, really good there. Absolutely fantastic. Granted, it's not completely over yet. This literally is going to come down to his top deck. I'm going to take 3 damage. Has he drawn 3 damage? He is a hunter, and he hasn't. Alright. Alright, potential is here. And the thing is, we can survive 1 more turn of hero power. So this is a very, very tricky situation. I have to freeze him in case he draws a weapon. I have to kill both of these. There's no 2 ways about it. So we're just going to have to hope he doesn't get Tundra Rhino or another charging beast. Hell, the 1/1 Stone Tusk Boar would win him this game. This literally comes down to if he's drawn a damage. Oh my god! He's got a 1 in 5 of winning the game, please! Yes! Oh my god! That was ridiculous! That was absolutely ridiculous. What a game. This is why I love this deck. You get intense down to the nail situations all the time, and it is wonderful. So there you go, guys. Fire the Missiles Mage. Not ridiculously effective, but a very fun deck that can, with great draws, just wreck face, like steamroll. And you get some awesome story to tell situations, just like that one. My god, was that an edge of your seat moment. Oh my word. Alright, there's the deck list. Have a go with it. Play around. Let me know what you think. It's a very, very fun deck. Mine has been Rage. Remember, like if you've enjoyed this. It really does help, and I do appreciate it. And you know, honestly, this is an extra Hearthstone video, because I was like, I love doing Hearthstone videos. You guys like watching them. I'm gonna do more. So I think that makes sense. My name's been Rage. And goodbye.